are you ready?
Your recording and streaming is coming up right about now.
All right. All right, we'll kick it off. First thing we need to do is approve the minutes from the 12th and 26th.
I had two things. I already sent them to Dan and Tanya. One was we had a double on the bonus for the superintendent on both the 12th and the 26th. So I think we just need to have it on one. And then the other thing is, I know we've been having on the top, the regular meeting of the village is held at the town hall. I was wondering what the board thought if we said that we were doing it via Zoom. I think that would be a more accurate assessment, that we are doing it via Zoom in accordance with the governor's blah, blah, blah guidance. That might, if anybody was to go back and read our minutes, that they would know what it was.
Right, yeah.
Makes sense to me. Yeah, that's fine.
Yep.
So I would make a motion to approve the minutes with those two adjustments.
I'll second.
Any discussion? All in favor? All right. Next up is authorization of the
Hal?
payment of the.
Excuse
Yes.
me a minute, Hal. I'm a nitpicker. You just got demoted, you know.
Oh, did I? My deputy mayor?
Page 2, top of page 2 of the January 26th, it said Trustee McCabe presented other funding opportunities.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I missed that.
Hey, he's one of us now.
Yeah.
He's with the grunts. He's with the working people.
It's all right. I'll take it.
Just a little bit of the old editorial crap.
So how
coming
about
through.
we'll amend our vote to include that adjustment as well.
I make a motion that we amend that.
Have you been impeached?
Yeah. He's still in office.
All right. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous. Very good. Next now are authorization of the payment of the bills.
I'll make
I'll
a
make
motion.
that motion to pay the bills.
I'll second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right. Good. All righty then. Treasurer's report. Tanya's been busy. Any questions for her? Or if not, let's have a motion.
I'll make a motion to accept the treasurer's report as written.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, unanimous. All right. Next up, we've got codes.
Dan, we've got the codes report posted on the village website, correct?
Reports are posted in the notice, but we can also post the individual codes to a page as well. Have not been, but they are, all the reports for every meeting are always posted.
Okay. I just mentioned that because I know there's a lot of things that codes is covering, and that if anybody wanted to know what was going on, if they called something in, the codes report is pretty detailed, and they could be able to see the status of it right there. So
Good idea.
It sounds
Like if they
like
want to
Zach
see-
and IT can handle that. And put everything. I see that he's not on here, so I will conscript him.
Very good.
Right.
I'll make a motion that we accept the codes report as written.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous. Dog report.
Quite a few dogs were actually 3. They're running loose, but I guess that all got solved.
Yeah, I see that Country Acres is using a new software.
Next time.
Yeah. I'll make a motion to accept the the dog control report.
Discussion? Or do we have a second? Ed seconds to a discussion? All in favor?
I,
Aye.
Unanimous. Very good. DPW. You guys have been busy as well.
yeah, they've been hauling snow off of my street here today.
Well, I know they bring it right up here to my place.
Is that where they put it?
Yeah,
Down the back there? Oh, nice. It'll melt, go out down the river.
yeah.
That's the
Okay.
plan.
I don't
All
see
right.
anybody from DPW on tonight. For
Haven't
those
heard
interested, go ahead,
Haven't heard any
Kevin.
complaints, so we know they're doing a good job.
Yeah. Yeah, for those that are interested in the Route 11 project, they opened up the building so they could check for asbestos in there, so that's good. It's progress.
Yes. All right. Do we have a motion to accept if there's no other discussion?
I'll make that motion.
All
I'll
right.
second it.
Discussion? All in favor?
I,
Aye.
Unanimous. Okay. Fire report. Let's see.
it's the first month in a long time that the Village of Homer wasn't the highest use.
Nope. We were second to lowest.
Yeah, you guys were busy this past couple weeks there, Malin.
Yes, we have been between fires and motor vehicle accidents.
I was gonna say you're a busy man, Malin, because whenever things get greasy outside and I start listening to the scanner, I always hear you. You're one of the first people out at a lot of these accidents.
You may want to, Mayor or somebody, and maybe I will, is that reading Malin's article or his report on the carbon monoxide issue with somebody in town that was a near thing. People need to have a carbon monoxide sensor because it saves lives. All you got to do is get your flue crudded up with ice or snow, and you got a problem. And that could include a wood fireplace too. So don't think because it's just oil and gas that you can't have issues with carbon monoxide. So
Well,
anybody that
happened
sees
to
this in the
be-
future, get one, please.
That one happened to be a high efficiency boiler with one of the little PVC pipes that comes out the side of the house.
Ah,
Blocked up by snow.
Very lucky. Very, very lucky.
doesn't take long. You get backaches, you have a sore throat. It's hard to sleep, and then you'll go outside during the day, you'll feel better, you come home at night and you'll say, why am I always got a sore throat and really tired at home? You better have that checked. That's some of the symptoms.
Thank you, Ed.
Yeah, I also wanted to do a shout out to both our fire department, the DPW, and the water departments. Those guys were out there clearing fire hydrants. That's just great job to see you guys working together on that. Thank you.
I'll make a motion that we accept the fire department report as written. Thank you, guys.
Second.
All in favor?
Hi,
All right.
Malin.
unanimous.
When you said you had the quotes for those fire hydrant markers.
Yes, I took those into Tanya. There were 4 different ones. Buzz happened to come in while I was there. The one that I like because it's a one-piece deal, the spring is all together. You can't unthread it. There are some fiberglass ones, and actually it was the cheapest one. They're like $14 a piece. She was going to look at the budgets to see, and I actually talked to Buzz and I said, I know it's nothing that either one of us had planned on. So if we had money, I'd be willing to share that or split it, or whether it came from a agency fund or something from the village. But it was for $2,000 to buy 150 of them, and we have 100 right now. There's 138, I think, hydrants. They printed the sheet. But that didn't include D Street and maybe a couple others that are new. And that would also give us some spares if we needed. But when we went out the other day and Buzz happened to come along, the one behind the Congregational Church by the elementary school, it had just been plowed up against, I knew it was there, but I couldn't find it. So I had to go to the station, look at the map, find out exactly where it was, and took a few plunks with a shovel and I'll finally hit the top of it. Same thing, a couple on Main Street. And that's mostly because of plowing, but there was one that you could only see about an inch of the top of the stem of the hydrant. And I've got pictures of those, but we can't encourage the folks enough if there's a hydrant in their front yard, because it took us quite a bit of time. One group was shoveling, one group had a snow blower and some shovels, and I was out by myself shoveling a few of them. And if there'd been a fire, we'd have been in trouble. So I talked to Pat about these vertical hydrant markers. They bolt onto the one of the bolts in the top of the hydrant, and they're permanent. They're there year round. No taking them down, putting them back up, or any of that kind of stuff. And I think these are probably the most trouble-proof, where people couldn't bend them over or break them or anything like that. But if there's a way that we can do that, maybe even if we only do part of them this year and maybe a part next, but I think these would be a good thing, because there were some guys that went out again on Saturday and had to go back and some that we didn't get a chance to, and they ran into the same thing. Some of them were just completely buried. So Tanya has the quotes. I showed Buzz the one that I like. I mean, they're his hydrants basically, but it's a simple thing. And if we had to help install them, if he showed us, if there's any issue on taking one bolt out and putting it back in, tightening it back up, shouldn't be a big deal. But if there's some way we could make that, occur, would be a good thing, I think, for everybody, both summertime, wintertime when they're buried, and summertime and it's dark and that kind of thing, they still are reflective and we'd be able to see them.
That's a no-brainer. Let's find a way to get the money and get that done.
We're talking $2,000. That should be rounding error someplace.
So Tanya's got the quotes. We can take a
Yes.
look at them in the next couple of weeks or so we can probably look at them before the next meeting then.
Right. And I think that was what she said today when I talked to her. She had other things going on, but she was going to try to look at different budget line items throughout the budget to see if she could find it. The other thing that I had talked about, I think the other day in the department head meeting, and I see Bob's back on here, and I know DPW has a couple of portables, and I think, Buzz, do you have a couple of portable radios? We talked about the batteries. The one battery that we got information on was a little bit wrong, and we checked with Motorola. That particular battery that they're no longer going to support is a fancier battery that works on our radios, but it's not the type of battery that we have. However, we suspect that because Motorola is no longer supporting these radios, that the time will come in the near future that they are not going to support the batteries. The batteries on state bid, which is the best price we can get. We talked to Motorola today. They list for $85. I think the fire department at least should look at, I think we could do 30 batteries, which as I just did the quick math, is another, because we just bought 6 of them, but they're anywhere from 2011 to 2014 batteries. And one of the things is we checked with aftermarket batteries, thinking that we could kind of hold off maybe with that. Our chargers that recycle them, the aftermarket batteries do not recycle well, and there's a potential that they can screw up the radios. But we could buy 30 batteries. None of this is coincidental. It is coincidental, but $2,016 for 30 portable radio batteries. I know Cortlandville has ordered 30. The city of Cortland is going to order some. I didn't have that information until just a few minutes ago. But another thing, I think I've asked you guys in the budget that we should consider putting money away for batteries, and I'm not sure, I don't know whether that's happened or not, but that's another thing we should take a look at. It doesn't need to be done right away, but for $2,016, we probably should consider buying some. We have 60 some portable radios. And they're just, the batteries are getting to the end where they're reaching their useful lifespan because we use them quite a bit. So, and it works out to about, I'd say, I figured out the other day, $10 a year. So it's less, yeah, it's less than $1 a month for the battery, if you look at it that way. But those are the only things that I've got right at the moment. I know that some of those were not in the report, but they were just looking at numbers and we had to wait to get that. So
Is there a possibility to tie into the Cortland buy to lower the price maybe with a higher quantity and
yep,
what have
Ed,
you?
we already did that. And Motorola,
Cortlandville.
our supplier, United Radio in Syracuse, said that's as low as you're going to get. The list price is $85 a battery. And that's the state, but we tried that because we said, well, here's 3 different departments. And we actually put it out to the county chiefs to see if there's any other departments that want to try to jump on. And the guy said, $67.20 is our rock bottom price that you're going to get them for. So that they're genuine Motorola batteries, and we know that they'll recycle in the chargers the way we've got them. And I don't know how many radios Bob has. I think we talked to him the other day, but they don't have too many.
Yeah, I got about a dozen tops.
And the supply of batteries that Scott has, we're at the mercy of the county and any of his grant funding. Right now, he's able to do a onesie twosie, but if we have 7 or 8 batteries go, because he's supplying everybody in the county that was on the radio system with those batteries, which means schools, police departments, highways, TLC, all of those groups, everybody. So they're all beginning to fail about the same time. We're not the only one in this boat.
All right, given that these batteries are dying or they're old and they're not going to be kind of lasting, does this also mean your radios are obsolete or getting that way also?
Well, guess what, Ed? There's a good possibility of that. Motorola is not supporting the radios, the portables at least, with parts. They can service them. I do know that Scott and Courtney are looking at other grant funding to be able to replace the portable radios. But yeah, right now the portables that we have are no longer being manufactured.
It may be behoove us to kind of look at maybe buying, I don't know if they're compatible with old radios, new radios. Frequencies are frequencies, I guess, but
it's just got the P25, the type of radio system is not an issue. They make radios that will work on our system. It's just that these particular radios, they're not doing anymore. So we can get radios that wouldn't, I mean, you could buy a few at a time.
that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. These we got, when we got them, they were like $2,500 a portable. So it's a good chunk of change. And that's why Scott's looking at trying to find some sort of a, grant funding source to be able to do that.
Maybe some country place wouldn't mind buying used radios with the lower battery, blah, blah, blah. I don't know.
Yep.
I don't know if they're just scrap
places, we get requests all the time if you get any radios to sell. So there is I don't know what they do with them, but there is a market out there for people looking to buy these kinds of radios. I don't know how much we'd get out of them, but
I guess I would request that we kind of do some kind of analysis behind, or, buying more batteries, a few new radios,
when you
big
got
grant for all of them. I don't know.
In the village, you got to look at PD, PW, water, and us. We're all using the same radios.
And then Cortlandville and Cortland, maybe maybe we can tie in and get a big grant from our.
Yes, radios we might be able to do something with. Yep.
Yeah, food for thought.
Yep.
I don't have an answer right now.
Hey, Malin, you mentioned Scott's looking to do a grant, correct?
I believe he is. He's been trying to look at different funding sources because he knows that these radios are getting to that point.
Because I think all the radios in the county, portables and all the vehicle radios are owned by the county, correct?
After the initial warranty, guess what? We own them.
Yeah, we own them, but I mean, we might be better off waiting to see what Scott can come up with for a grant. And, cause he's very good at that and you know that.
Yes.
So.
Yep.
Well, you need 60 of them times, probably the new price is 3,000 or more. So you're talking, $180,000.
Well, on top of that, that's just for Homer.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. A huge grant.
And that's how we got the purchase to begin with for these radios, correct, Malin?
Yes.
So
There was 10 million out of 14 million. And I think we're the only county in the state that got that kind of money. So, but anyways, just to kind of make everybody aware.
Yeah. All right. So this needs more analysis.
There's a radio in each of our trucks. So we got 8 trucks and there's 4 chiefs. So there's 10 mobile radios and 60 portables, and it could get expensive. Yep.
DPW uses them, everybody.
Right. All
Okay.
the DPW trucks have got it. All the police vehicles have got them. Water department's got them. Yep.
Well, I recommend we do a big kind of study on this to make sure we do it right and not piecemeal and just, whatever. Over.
That's all I have. Hal, I know that you were questioning, and I think maybe Pat was. I see Tim down here. I'm pretty sure that he made contact with the folks the other day on the.
Yep. Yeah, I reached out to them and they said that he was on the phone to them pretty quickly, and and their community center is now on the list to be rapid testing location for the state. When they start to set those up, they didn't really have a date or a time. They just wanted to secure the locations for 6 months. And then, so it's going to be great for you guys. I guarantee you'll make everything you would have made at the Fireman's Field Days and more on that lease. So,
Oof, boy, you're wishful thinking. I'm thinking, I don't know. That's
well,
we do pretty good if there's a good weekend, but.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm just saying if, for a 6-month lease on that building.
Oh, it's 6 months. Oh,
yeah.
Well,
yeah.
Okay. That may be so. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to speak for Tim or anything, but I see he's here and I wanted to make sure that he had been on it, because I thought I told you that he had, and sure he had.
Yeah. Yeah. And I followed up just to make sure, because I didn't want to let it slip away. So.
I know he's got another meeting. We both have the same meeting here again, another one at 7 o'clock. Is there anything else that you need of?
Nope. Any other things, questions from Malin?
I'll bail, and thank you, folks. I don't know if Timmy's going to hang around, if there's anything he's got to add, but but I don't hear him. Hello, Tim.
Yeah, he's muted.
Can you hear me?
Now we hear you.
I don't have, like I said, I followed up. That Dan guy called me, and
Yep.
like you said, Hale, he's gonna put us on a list. And I called Gary Van Gorder right up, and Gary got me hooked up with a guy. So
Yep.
He called me back the next day, and he didn't know. Obviously, he didn't know much about it either. He just was going around trying to get lists of spots, and he was, like you said, he's gonna put us on the list and get back to us. And he didn't know whoever's going to be doing this will get back to the first picked. They'll get back to us and send the contract and all that stuff up.
Yeah.
So that's about all I know about that too.
I suspect we'll be picked. So that's good. That's like I said, that's really good because it's, it's guaranteed income for you guys on that building.
Well, I told him we'd work with them no matter what, just put us on the map and good working relationship, and
sure.
That way they see.
Tim, how'd you guys do on the chicken barbecue over the weekend?
That was that was a company deal, and I was told they did very well. They only had 9 left.
Perfect.
And they just
750, right?
300.
Oh, 300.
300 or 350. They did sell all but 8 of them, and they're going to do another one the first Saturday in
March 6th.
Yes, as well.
Good. Okay, perfect.
And we're also working with the Girl Scouts to set up pick a day for them to do a drive-through cookie sale at the firehouse.
Oh, perfect.
So
That's
just so you, in case you hear that rumor, it's going to be absolutely true. I think the girl's name is Melissa. Don't quote me on that, but we just text each other today about working for a date. They want to do it thing in March. We might try to work with a chicken barbecue. It's Hose 2's deal, so I got to wait for hear back from them. Maybe work the same weekend and see what we can do. If not, I'll give them a weekend and they can have it set up down there so they can advertise. So we're working with the Girl Scouts for that too.
good. Good.
Thanks, Tim.
Yep, and I think I talked to Pat a little bit, and I haven't heard nothing back, Pat, about that conversation we had about the boiler either. So don't know what's going on with that, but no one's complaining about no heat.
One word, warranty.
Yeah. Warranty for sure.
Yes, we are, Tim. The day room's cold.
Oh, that's first I heard of that, Pat. Sorry, I lied. Nobody complained today and was down there, so I'll have to call Dickie on that and look and see what's going on with that too. Then.
All right.
Everything else has been running smooth. Knock
Good.
on wood.
All right.
I'm booking too. I'm heading to that meeting, so.
Okie doke. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, gentlemen. If I can figure out how to get off this.
Did we already motioned and voted, I believe, right?
We didn't vote.
Oh, we didn't vote? All right, all in
I
favor?
don't think so. Aye.
Aye.
Very good. Okay, police department. Chief, you have anything to add?
Not at this time. I actually, too bad Malin is not here to hear me say this, but just want to throw in with those hydrants around the green, the two in front of the green and then one in front of the Dryden Bank. Those hydrant signs that he wants to put up would be a bad idea putting them up there because we get people that pull up along the green and as they pull up, they don't see the hydrants. So, I mean, that would be a good marker for them.
Sure.
So.
I guess I would just throw out a reminder that we are having a presentation regarding Governor Cuomo's Executive Order 203, police reform. I don't know. I'm not really sure what it's called. It's got one of those long names that Albany likes to give things. And that's going to be on the 15th at 6 p.m. And if you would like the Zoom link to that, you need only to email me for it at mayor@homerny.org. I will send it out. We're really looking for comments from stakeholders and from village residents. All right. Anything else for Chief Pittman?
Oh, to add on to what you said, Helen, the questionnaires need to be back to the village office by 1 March.
Turn mine in today.
Good.
I'll make a motion. We accept the police report as written.
Okay.
We have a second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right. Unanimous. Very good.
All right, all good with me?
All good with you, my friend.
All right, everybody have a good night.
Thanks,
You
you
too.
too, Chief.
All right. The rec report here. Zach's been working on different things. Hopefully we're going to be having some more sports start to open up as the vaccination process continues to take place. So do we have a motion to accept the rec report?
I'll
I'll
make
make
the
the
motion that we accept the rec report.
All right. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Unanimous. Very good. And water and sewer. Anything to add, Buzz?
Only thing I'd like to add is on the meter things there, the letters that went out. We got a good response from those letters. I mean, some people got some letters that already had their meters in, and I understand they're a little upset about it, but that wasn't our intention. So
Crossed in the mail, or that's
so just thanking for all the people that are calling in. We're getting these meters in. We had a lot of them sign up for this month, so worked out good for
Okay.
us.
Very good. All right. Anything else for Buzz from the board? Do we have
I'll make a
motion?
motion to accept the water and sewer report as written.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous. All right. Thank you, Buzz.
Thank-
Let's see here.
Privilege of
Right.
the floor.
Yes, privilege of the floor is next. Fred.
Oh, am I unmuted all right now?
You are, yes, we hear you loud and clear.
Not a lot going on. There's one thing that, and I spoke to Pat about it last week when he came to our meeting. I'm not often in the town hall early in the morning, but I happened to be one day last week, and I saw the village trucks plowing the parking lot, and John Phelps told me that they're doing it most of the time now, or all the time. And it's amazing how you can be there every day and not even know that. So I just wanted to say a big thanks to the village, and I did have one suggestion regarding that. We have given permission for some of those apartments across the road to park their cars there. And for some of the businesses when they operate to use that, but I really think it's an imposition upon whoever is parking or plowing the parking lot to have to do that around cars. And if there were a way to get a hold of cell phone numbers or something, and if somebody was could send a text out and say, please clean the cars out of there so we can properly plow the parking lot, I think it would be, it would make it a lot easier for the village. And I don't think that's an imposition when they're parking there at our goodwill. So it's just a suggestion, and I tried to put myself, I plowed a little snow in my lifetime. And so I put myself in the driver's, and it would sure, you could do it a lot faster and a lot without any chance of hitting anything if those cars were moved during that time. So I just wanted to point that out, but
Do we have a list or contact information for the folks that you guys have given permission to park there?
I do not, but I'm sure that I can get that from Mr. McNeil
Okay.
or the attorney, Fran Casulo.
Yep. Okay.
But I just think that.
Sure. Yeah, it is sure.
Yeah. But other than that, I don't have I don't have anything other than things that you and I are talking about.
Yep.
So other than that, I thank you for the privilege of the floor.
Thank you for being here. All right. Anybody else have anything for Fred before? No. Thank you, Fred.
Well, one other thing, we did, and I texted you yesterday morning, we wound up with no heat in the building. And so I gave Tanya my cell phone. I'm going to look into, there's got to be some kind of alarm system that can go on so that when the temperature drops to a certain point, there would be some automatic notification. So I'm going to be looking into that. So
I think actually that's the kind of thing, Fred, that we could tie in with the security cameras on the inside. They make programmable thermostats and everything that all run off of these same type of applications, and it would just, send out a text or an email or something, and you could also monitor the temperature at any time, and then if it lost power for some reason, you'd know that as well. So we can explore that when we explore the camera stuff, if you want.
I think that's a great idea. I know my son's got one that he can when he starts home from Florida or gets halfway home, he can turn the heat up just from his from his phone. So, but moving forward, we need a system like that.
I think so too.
So, all right.
Good.
Thank
All
you,
right.
gentlemen.
Thank you, Fred.
Good night.
All right. First up on the new business list is discuss and approve the mutual aid resolution.
Just re-up the fire department's commitment to the mutual aid. So, and the mutual aid plan hasn't changed. It's still in effect. There's been no new updates to it, but this is just a quick resolution to authorize them to participate.
I'll make the motion that we participate in the mutual aid resolution.
Second.
7 seconds, discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous, good. All right. The next is the revenue anticipation note.
This is the renewal. Our current RAN comes due at the end of the month. This renews it till next year, just to make sure we have enough time to get the monies from the state for the Route 11 project. That's all.
Exactly.
So this one I think I have to read. So
Okay,
settle it.
knock yourself out.
Well, this is always fun. Whereas a revenue anticipation note to the amount of $281,000 was duly authorized and subsequently issued on September 4th, 2020 to cover the cost of purchasing certain premises located on South Main Street in the Village of Homer. And whereas said RAN matures on February 28th, 2021, and whereas said RAN is to be paid through receipt of monies from the State of New York of Parks and Recreation and Historic Preservation for Project Route 11 Corridor Acquisition, EPF number 1522924-PKS-ACQ, and whereas application was duly made and approved for said monies to be issued by the State of New York Office of Parks, Recreation and Historic Preservation as stated, but said funding may not be completed and received by the expiration date of said RAN, be it resolved by the Board of Trustees of the Village of Homer, County of Cortland, and the State of New York as follows. 1, that upon the maturation of the RAN note of the Village of Homer in the amount of $281,000 issued on September 4th, 2020, in anticipation of the receipt of said monies from the State of New York, Office of Parks and Recreation and Historical Preservation, the issuance of RAN in the amount of $281,000 with interest not to exceed 2.75 per annum to mature on February 28th, 2022 by the Village of Homer is hereby and in all respects authorized.
Oh, you were like 10 seconds too fast because I was able to feed my dog and let her in while you read that. Okay.
Sorry, I do, and just trying to get as fast as the Federal Express guy from the 80s. So
You did a good
I'm working
job.
my way towards it.
You're getting.
I'll make the
there.
motion that we renew the RAN for another year.
I'll second
All right.
that.
All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Yeah, that's very good. All right. Then we've got some budget adjustments.
I went through those. They all look pretty reasonable. I didn't see anything out of line.
All right.
I'll make a motion that we accept the budget adjustments as noted.
Second.
7 seconds. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Unanimous.
I could just
Very
get
good.
just started, but I do real quick. The number 607-745-9636. If they could identify themselves, that would be appreciated. Otherwise, I
Dan,
can-
that is Phil.
okay,
Dan, that's Phil's number.
very
Yep.
good. I didn't recognize it. Thank you.
All right. Comments by board members. Let's start with Ed.
All right. I have a question for Kevin. He's had a whole 2 weeks as chairman of the Route 281 Commission. Have you got yourself a crew? Have you thought about anything?
Yeah, I got part of the committee put together,
Good.
and I want to see what I can do about, without getting the lighting, I think the project would kind of fade in the background, but with the lighting, it would be awesome. So I need to know how to get that thing going.
I think we need
Yeah,
to,
well-
yeah, go ahead.
That's a longer, I don't have an answer off the top of my head for that, but we'll have to look into that. I'll ask NIPA if there's any time to add to that project, and if not, we'll try to figure out a different avenue for that.
Okay.
Yeah, but the light, you're right, the lighting's critical.
How are we doing on getting our LED lights in? I thought one time we were supposed to get them done in February. Is that still on track?
We're supposed to get the equipments or the lights and everything are supposed to start rolling in anytime now, I think. And they'll start staging them, and then they'll probably start installing them right along. I'm not sure what the snow does for that right now. Probably not much, but you know, so we should start seeing the lights and everything come in soon, and then they'll bang them out pretty quick.
That's good. All right. What was I thinking? I don't know. So I'll pass. Done.
All right to you, Kevin.
Just want to thank the village, all the employees for getting us through that storm. They do a tremendous job. So
Yeah, they do.
thank you guys. Appreciate it.
And Pat.
All right, putting this out to the village residents that we need people to help work on the code book. We've got it back from general code, and now we have to do the nug work of kind of going through it page by page off the electronic version. And so looking for some volunteers to assist with that. So if you're interested in that, please send an email to the village clerk. Second thing I wanted to say is, you know, there are certain things that are required mandatory training for municipal governments. And I just want to let our residents know that we are working with the town and the village are working together to do some of this mandatory training at the same time. So this is just a great way of two municipalities working together to better utilize services. And that is pretty much all I've got.
Yeah, we do work pretty well hand in glove with the town anymore. It's nice. All right. I don't actually have anything either. How about
like
Dante?
Ed's got an alibi.
Oh, Ed's got something? You remember, Ed?
They opened the buildings up for asbestos inspection. How is Toma doing on moving along? Because that was our holdup, getting the buildings torn down and all that. So if they did an inspection of asbestos, does that mean it's close?
Need to get Kevin into the Harder building to write out an official note to the board to condemn it so that it can be quickly torn down.
Ooh,
So
like that.
that's forthcoming.
Good.
Is that it? Okay. Dante, do you have anything?
No, I don't have anything for this meeting. Thank you, though.
Very good. Okay. Do we have anything for executive session?
A few things.
Well, a few things. Oh, I know we do have actually a personnel thing. Okay, so before we do that, I would open it up to the media, Don or Vinny.
Hal, I'm glad Buzz is still on. I have read and seen about the water department in Florida that got hacked, and the sodium hydroxide, I don't know what they were using that for, but somebody hacked in and increased the amount from 100 to 11,000 units, and they were able to get a handle on it before anything happened. But I guess I'm kind of happy that Buzz and our water department are still operating in the 1960s, and we're not letting computers dictate everything. Or was it the 50s, Buzz?
I'm wondering how you were going to come around to that without insulting Buzz's technology.
Well, we've came quite a ways. I think we're out of the 50s, and
No, it's just, it's kind of scary, you know, I know that the only thing that we add is chlorine, but, you know, and I was at that town a few years ago, visiting, and it's just kind of scary, you know, that if that did happen, I don't know how toxic the stuff is at that level, but it's kind of comforting knowing that all we're putting in is chlorine. Aren't we, Buzz?
So that's, I mean, our water is very pure. I mean, compared to a lot of places, that's where they're using a lot of chemicals in other places to, you know, get the turbidity out of the water and all that stuff there. So we just add a little chlorine and away it goes.
Fantastic. Anyway, that's our water department's always been top notch as far as I'm concerned.
Absolutely.
We do the impossible with minimum amount of labor. That's it. Thank you.
Very good. Thank you. Vinny, got anything, my friend? Did you text me a question perhaps? You do that sometimes. Nope.
First of all, I have an unstable internet connection apparently. So I don't know how, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Hold on. Oh. Can you guys hear me now?
We could hear you before. Can you hear us? Is the question.
So, okay. Yeah, see, my internet is shitty. No, I don't have anything. I guess I was just going to tell Pat. No, I guess it's delayed. So final statements, since apparently our statements are several seconds behind. Pat, I'll get a hold of you tomorrow morning about coming through for a happening in Homer. And we could probably do that sometime tomorrow afternoon or Thursday afternoon, if that works.
Perfect. You got any echo?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, you know what? I guess I got to go find a Time Warner guy or whatever the hell the problem is.
All right. Well,
That was mean, Hal.
yeah. All right. On that, I guess we need a motion to go to executive session to discuss the personnel matter as per New York Public Officers Law, Article 7, Section 105.
I'll make the motion that we go